Hola, ¿cómo están? Estamos en un nuevo video para el canal y ahora traemos de vuelta a Edith Finch. Como lo prometí, si llegamos a 5 likes lo iba a subir. Y bueno, estamos acá. A ver, ahí, bien. No sé si se me escucha bien o cómo, de qué, pero está. El episodio anterior habíamos hecho lo de Molly. Y bueno, vamos a
I got
seguir.
the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here before my mom sealed the doors.
Antes ya.
I can't describe it, but I felt like some part of Molly was still here.
Tardé 3 semanas en hacer el video porque me dio de vacaciones, como de 20 días creo por ahí. Y por eso no subí nada, ni nada. ¿Qué fue eso? Vamos a ver. No. La única opción que me da es la ventana, ¿no? Sí. Yo pensé que no se había guardado porque se puso a leer acá la, la niña y pensé que no se había guardado. What the fuck.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
Voz bien. Ahora vamos a entrar a otro cuarto. Y que ahora me descubrí que los capítulos son tipo desbloquear estas personas. Ahora supongo que iremos por Bárbara, pero lo descubrí en el anterior capítulo y no dije nada. Que es como desbloquear cierto personaje y voy a ir por personajes así. Los capítulos, o sea, que son 1, 2, 3, no importa. Pero voy a hacer eso.
I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
Bisabuelo Eddie.
Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones.
¿Acá había algo? ¿O no? No. Ah, no, son como unos puntitos que aparecen en la pantalla.
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious. I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time. One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity. When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
Hijo de puta. Todavía quedan cosas.
Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune.
No se puede hacer nada, no la puedo pasar. A ver.
Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan.
¿Cómo era? Ah, sí.
On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edith, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
¿Está? Ay no, perdón. Yo quiero salir, permiso, como salgo. Ayuda. No, en serio, ayuda. Ay.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
¿Qué? Bueno, hasta acá el episodio de hoy, muchachos. Adiós. No, mentira. Vamos a seguir un poquito más, pues si no, 5 minutos el video que... Bien. Creo que me da una opción de abrir una puerta por acá.
Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Y se abrió.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom.
Esa rana yo la vi. Creo que vamos a hacer algo.
It was a pretty big trace.
Acá hay una silla. A ver. Para todo servía la llave.
There's a secret in this bathroom.
There is secrets in this bathroom. Qué buen inglés, por favor. Speak in English. Después lo voy a traducir, no sé si me acuerdo.
It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
¿Qué? What the fuck? ¿Qué pedo con la casa, amigo?
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Sigamos a ver qué encontramos. Milton. Si me dejo algún puntito avísenme o sea, de información. En los comentarios. Esta es la casa del hermano muerto, creo. O sea, de la casa, el cuarto. No hay nada para ver ni...
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him.
El comando central, o algo de eso. No hay nada más acá. Para finalizar, tipo... Síguelo ahí. Qué pedo. No, no te metas, no te metas, no te metas. Salga, salga, bicho, salga. Que capaz que ese es el camino principal. Voy a ir por arriba a ver qué hay. Porque vi que el otro personaje lo pusimos como muy rápido y
I
que...
guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it.
La maca. Yo sabía que algo iba a pasar acá. No me puedo matar.
My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready!
Uy, la madre.
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it.
Creo que voy a salir volando.
I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that,
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
maybe if the wind hadn't picked up, then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother.
Uy, uy, uy. Uy, 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 uy,
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
What the fuck? Otro más.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Bueno, capaz que hacemos 3 y lo dejamos, porque si no nos vamos a comer el juego y ya fue, ¿no? O depende de cuánto dure el siguiente. Que creo que sería la puerta abajo.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Un segundo, que me voy a acomodar el micrófono. Uy. Ahí, me estaba apretando. Creo que ahora...
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Un militar y un astronauta. Claro, y ahora por ahí, donde desbloqueé antes, que ese sería el camino principal. A ver si por acá puedo subir. Para ver... Nada. No. Bien, vamos al principal ahora, si no hay nada más.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Claro, y ahí te abren como un pasadizo para no tener que volver a dar todita la vuelta. Bien, sigamos. Milton. Uy. Estamos...
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
Ahora estamos en lo de Bárbara. XD. ¿Qué? Vamos a ver.
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
La loca del cine. A ver.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Aquí estamos.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came
some
from the
water.
basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue.
Ooh.
She reached for the music box.
Ah, sí, yo.
And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Ahora estamos jugando como historia. Qué bueno. Amor.
She
Arre.
found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
Uy, qué relajo. Está bueno esto. Creo que esto no hay nada para averiguar, tipo. Holy shit. ¡Ah! Puedo tirar todo. Vaya, ya está.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Qué miedo. Hace 10 años. Vamos, 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 vamos. Qué porquerías guardan acá,
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Fuera, bicho. A la verga. ¿Ah? No, yo no puedo.
Oh dear!
Oh.
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Está bueno. A ver qué pedo. Corre, pelotudo, capaz que se está muriendo el Woody. ¿Dónde estaba el Walter? Pero acá.
Walter, are you there?
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
No.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and... was speechless. He was quite smashing.
Mala, perro.
And whoever he was, he couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
That night, she played her part beautifully.
¿Qué tengo que hacer?
Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned.
Se mamó.
He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Corre, matalo. Ah. Dale, apurate. Va a 3 por hora. Ahora está acá.
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
Ding dong. Ahora voy a esperar que estoy tomando mate. ¿Quién es?
Someone at the door was dying to speak to young Barbara. At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara. Barbara was magnificent. Poor
Magnífica.
girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear.
Ugh.
Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Bien. No, sí. Ay, se cerró. Guardando. Bueno, capaz que por acá lo dejamos y... No sé cuánto tiempo llevamos, pero seguro que llevamos bastante porque hoy no puse el cronómetro. Pero bueno. Y... Bueno, otra vez. Si llegamos a 5 likes subo el tercer episodio o tercer gameplay o como quieran llamarle. Y está. Y... Hasta luego. Arre. No, mentira, chao.
Hey, hey, pop the trunk, I open up, I sold my soul a good price, out of sight. My hoe got talent, right? Whole squad ran, do that shit, yikes.